right, just wanted to make a video about the Infinity Split system in Marvel Snap and some other topics that I've been getting a lot here on stream. So this is going to have a collection of ideas. If you like daily Marvel Snap videos that are on hot topics and things that are important to the community, then you're going to want to like and subscribe. But I just wanted to go over the Infinity Split system that's in Marvel Snap. This is a question that comes up all the time on stream. First things first, Infinity Splits have nothing to do with the power levels of the card. Also has nothing to do with variants. It's a separate thing. But when you upgrade a card and you get 155 boosters and you spend about 1,500 credits, eventually it goes into the border, the rainbow border. Here, I'll show you here on the screen, the rainbow border. And the rainbow border right here is the last split. And then you're given an option to split the card, and then you get another version of the card. And it follows this system right here. You know, the first time that you split a card, so basically you spend 1,500 credits and you had 155 boosters approximately. The first time you split a card, you get a 50-50 chance of a foil or a prism. So I'll show you a foil card here. I don't think these are necessarily attractive in my opinion. I actually kind of don't like the foils that much in this game. They're kind of ugly in my opinion. So we're gonna go to Black Widow right here. You see Black Widow here. So this is the normal background. And then when I hit this right here, you can see here that this is the base card now, and it has a pattern right here. So there's like a foil and a prism pattern. They look very simple, but it's basically the background is now muted. You know, the original artwork, which I think is fantastic, you know, with the red clouds, that's kind of removed. And it now has like a foil feature on it. So that is the first thing that happens. That's on the first split, 50-50, no reveal. And the reveal is a particle effect. Then when you split the card on the second and the third time, you went through the process again, and then you'll see that you still get a 50-50 chance of that. But now you get a reveal effects. And there's a total of 4 reveal effects. And I'm just going to show you 2 of them here so you get an idea of what those are. They're particle effects, right? And so I've got a couple cards here I'll show you, and you can take a look at them here. Let's see. So like right here is a Iron Man. And this has a particle effect. You can see the particle effect right here. It's a swirly. And then right here is another one right here on my Devil Dino, and that is this thing. So those are the particle effects. Now, lastly, as you get further on in the system and you split more and more cards, after the 4th split, you have a 10% chance of Inkify, which is what I have here on the Iron Man. Now, I don't know that this is more attractive necessarily, but it is basically a black and white background. Now, that is not to be confused with inverted cards when you play Mr. Negative. So of all the cards to have Inkify, I typically play Iron Man with Mr. Negative, and so I play him on the board. He's already inverted, so it is whatever. But that is the Inkified effect right there. And then lastly, there's 2 other things right here which make it the most rare cards in the game. A gold background, so it's like a gold background. I'll show you a picture of that. And then there is a Kirby particle effect. So that would be like the rarest card in the game, is to have one that had a 10% drop rate with gold and 10% with Kirby. Here is a picture of an Iron Man with that, and Kirby is the artist, and I believe it's like a purple sparkles. I've actually never seen it. But there's the gold background with the sparkle effects right there. Very, very nice. Now, that you can see that, you know, there's somebody on Reddit that has, I guess they're farming Agatha, and they've done this over and over again. You can kind of see a lot of the variations right here, Inkified, gold, and rainbow. And so this does nothing at all other than cosmetics. And so you have to go through all the borders, you know, you go through all the borders and upgrade them. And then you get to the last border, and then you split the card and you get a different background and you could upgrade it. Some people like to keep the borders uniform. I personally like the infinite border, which is shown here, but other people like the green or the blue or the purple or the gold or the animated frame, and so on and so on. So this is strictly cosmetic, and it has nothing to the game. Now, speaking of cosmetics, I want to talk about variants. And I want to talk about the cost of variants. And there are super variants and some variants that are more rare. Now, I like variants when I get them for free. I don't necessarily want to spend money on them. I think if you want to spend money on variants, the best way to do it is in the gold store right here. And you can see that there's variants of different cost, and then the ones that are more rare cost more. And, 1,200 gold is a little bit less than 20 US dollars. And if, however you spend your money is however you spend money. However, this bothers me a little bit right here because this is the token shop. And you can see this person has a ultimate variant right here of Ghost Rider pinned. I think that's a very cool looking card. I get it. But my boomer valuation is this, and I'm going to explain. 3,000 collector tokens is worth about $100. 6,000 collector tokens is worth about $200. So you can buy a pool 5, a series 5 card with 6,000 collector tokens, and you can buy a series 4 for 3,000 collector tokens. Now, of course, there's some interest here. Let me explain that a little bit further. So we've got the battle pass that's $10, right? Which I love and I think is great. And that is a card that's going to be moved into series 5. So I think that's a great deal. And then once you are pool 3 complete, every 4th card, which normally would have been a pool 4 card, pool 3 card, I apologize, pool 3 card, instead of getting a pool 3 card because there's no more pool 3 cards for you to get, you get a random amount of collector tokens that averages between 200 and 600. Now, this is not the 100 drops. Everybody gets the 100 drops. I'm talking about for people that no longer have any pool 3 cards to get, they're complete. Instead of when they would normally pull a pool 3 card, they're going to get collector tokens between 200 and 600. Now, getting pool 4 cards and pool 5 cards is super random. It's like 1 in 40 and 1 in 400. Like it's not going to be the way you get them. You're going to get them through this collector token system, right? And so in a month of gameplay, you're going to get enough tokens to buy one pool 5 card, about 6,000 tokens. But if you want to buy a second one, you're going to have to buy credits with gold. That means going and spending $100 on 8,000 gold, refreshing the missions, buying all the credits every day, maxing it out. And by doing that, for every $100 you spend, you get somewhere around 3,000 extra tokens that you wouldn't get. So this idea of spending 5,000 collector tokens on a cosmetic piece is fine. Maybe that's fine for you, but to me, I'm looking like this is like a $200 purchase or a month's worth of free-to-play collector's tokens once your pool 3 is finished, because it's incredibly slow before you finish pool 3, and people are finishing pool 3 when they hit about 3,000 collection level. But people will be finishing pool 3. I think it takes about 5 months if you're playing every day and you're completing the weeklies, and you're completing the dailies, and you're just going through it. You're going to get through it in about 5 months, and you're going to get through it. So I just, this blows my mind. Do what you want to do. I would prefer people like if they're really excited about art in this game, spend the $20 or save up your gold and buy these. But I look at these collector tokens as being very valuable as opposed to doing this. This is $20 where getting those collector tokens is like hundreds of dollars. Anyways, also, do these hot locations have you playing more or less? And I've been talking to people about this, and it seems like the community is split. It depends on the location. Now, I think there's a couple ways of approaching this. And the main way that I approach hot locations and featured locations, well, first of all, what are they? Featured locations happen on Monday night, Tuesday, and they last for 2 days, and it's a new location, and they appear 40% more. Then the hot location is a repeat. Like right now we have Savage Lands, the one that drops the 2 raptors. And that happens on Saturday night or Sunday for 24 hours, and it appears 60% more. So it shows up a lot more. So featured locations can ruin people's experience in playing the game if they don't like the location. And a lot of people just play less. And I feel like you can do that in Marvel Snap. You know, as long as you're finishing the weekly, I think that's fine. You know, you're going to make progress. I think it's very important to finish the weekly missions, which reset Monday night, on Tuesday for some people. But if you don't want to play, you don't have to play. Or you can play a deck that is anti-hot location, anti-foil. You know, play a deck maybe that has Storm, you know, or Magic or Rhino or Scarlet Witch, whatever you pick. I like Storm. The other thing, too, is just to... if a featured location comes and if you have a deck that you know that wins without the featured location, but it complements the featured location, then play that. I think it's better to play a deck that you've already played, that you already know how it works, that already wins, win the location. So for right now, for example, we've got the featured location, which is the Savage Land where the 2 Raptors come out. Well, you could play a Patriot deck or you can play a Destroy deck. You don't have to build a deck around that location. You just play a deck type that maybe you've played before. So these featured and hot locations benefit players that have, more flexibility, more creativity. If you just really hate the location, you don't have to play. It is what it is. But I feel like it keeps it from getting stale. And, some of these more punishing locations actually have introduced new decks and new archetypes, which is kind of interesting. A lot of people don't know this, but the Lamentis location, which a lot of people really hated, pretty much a guy by the name of Dara figured out to build a deck around that location, he built a deck called Leech Leader. And guess what? That location created a new archetype that we may have not been discovered because it worked even when the location left, and it's a big mess. So I think these locations are a good thing. Also, this guy seems to hit Chavez every time. Is it true or confirmation bias? No, it is absolutely, it's the way that the Chavez card works. If you read the text on America Chavez, it says, you always draw this card on turn 6 and not before. So if Chavez is on the top of your deck, you will not draw her. Okay, so that means that Yondu is going to have a higher percent chance. It's going to feel like Yondu is snapping off Chavez. And so, later on in the match, there's going to be a higher chance that Chavez is on the top of the deck. Of course, she's not going to be drawn until turn 6. So absolutely. And so this comment is kind of sarcastic, but Chavez ability equals Chavez gets stuck on the top of the deck instead of getting drawn. It does feel that way as a way to, she can be anywhere else in the deck, but that's the way it works. And so then also, lastly, I want to just talk about this. Someone here says, how do you feel about Arrow? You got Oreo after the nerf. Is she still token worthy? She, in my opinion, is one of the best cards in the game. A lot of people here on Reddit were saying that she is the best card in the game, but she's definitely one of the best cards in the game. She is so disruptive. She foils your opponent's plans. The most common thing to do with Arrow, I think, is if you are winning 2 locations on turn 5, you can play Arrow into the 3rd location. So whatever your opponent is playing to win the 2 locations that you're already winning will get sucked into the other location if you have room, and then you can get a win a large percentage of the time. So she absolutely is one of my favorite cards in the game. And then also, before we go, I just want to say that I'm looking forward to the Festival Fireworks Jubilee Bundle, which will be coming sometime here in the future. It is $5, and it'll include 500 credits and 500 gold. That will be an offer I'm buying in addition to the Battle Pass. Let me know if you like this format. This format is just kind of a generic format. I'm trying to upload videos every day, and I'm going to alternate between gameplay videos and then these kind of like hot topic, Reddit, informational kind of news type videos. Let me know if you like this format in the comment section. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Bye for now.
Scared of your eyes, looking into my eyes. Scared that I'll back out and hold my breath. Wake up one morning and see your face. I can feel it coming back. These shivers are every day. Whoa, I say it's over, I get